Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a Bandit Allegiance Krieg build. Honestly, I can't believe I've never done this. I've done like a good chunk of Allegiance builds, and I've also done a ton of Krieg stuff, but realized I've never really done I don't even know if I've done an Allegiance build on him at all. So figured it was about time. Bandit's obviously super fitting given he is a bandit and has a lot of items that thematically fit this build as well. So yeah, I thought this would be a fun one to show off. This is not a hard allegiance, like this is not a challenge run. So if it doesn't really make sense to me, like I'm not going to use bandit. So like shield and grenade are a bit iffy for bandit options. There are a couple. There actually are some that make sense if you want to go melee Krieg. You could go full bandit allegiance if you want to go melee Krieg, but I wanted to do like a gun build and show off more of the gun side of Krieg, but you can use the Love Thumper if that's a bandit shield, and I believe the Punchy is as well. Those would be fine options. I'm working on a pretty big Krieg project, like a very in-depth guide where I'll talk about this more, but the long story short is like Roid shields do not increase the self-damage from Silence the Voices. So if you want to use a Roid shield, you can. It does not increase the damage that you do. The self-damage from Silence the Voices is actually coded as grenade damage. So if you have something that increases grenade damage, like Fuel the Blood, for example, that will hit you harder. You'll actually almost instantly kill yourself if you have Fuel the Blood active and you proc Silence the Voices. You'll do a ton of damage to yourself. And maybe you've noticed that before. So if you ever wondering why your Silence the Voices is randomly hitting like a freight train, it would be because of Fuel the Blood. So yeah. Anyway, you can use those if you want to do a melee build. And then as for grenades, the grenade options for Bandit are mostly terrible. Really, like, let me think. I think like the best option you'd probably have would honestly be this Contraband Skyrocket, like the one that you get at the start of the game, which is not great. I believe there is... The Fuster Cluck is like the other unique bandit grenade. I think that one's also pretty mid or just bad. The Skyrocket can actually be pretty good. I don't know, like on OP10, it's going to fall off, but it's really good early game. But yeah, I think the Skyrocket's usable if you want to fully commit to the Allegiance. Like I said, though, this is more for fun. Like I don't want to, force a square peg into a round hole kind of thing. So yeah, if you want to use it, Height of Terramorphous is obviously a pretty good option too, but that would, again, kind of be more of the melee vein of Krieg, and I didn't really want to do that, so I'm just going to use the Rough Rider. I feel like that's plenty thematic with like a bandit-type build. Anyway, I'm honestly surprised this isn't a bandit shield to begin with. I feel like it would make more sense, but anyways, yeah. And then just Stormfront for like stacking Bloodlust, so. And then, of course, we have the Bandit Allegiance Relic. I chose damage and fire rate. You could do fire rate, reload speed, damage, reload speed, whatever. I feel like damage made the most sense because Krieg has a ton of things to boost fire rate and reload speed to begin with. So I mainly just wanted the damage part. I don't care too much about the fire rate or the reload speed on top of it. I give a slight edge to the fire rate because of weapons like the Saw Bar and the Tattler having a pretty slow fire rate speed. I'd rather go ahead and boost that up just a little bit more. So that's why I went with fire rate instead of reload speed, because we have Nervous Blood, and that'll solve that problem pretty easily. So yeah, like I said, give you guys some substitutes if you want to do a hard allegiance, but this is mostly just like, it's more of a thematic thing with just one or two substitutions. A couple shout outs to other weapons that you could use here. These are all legitimately obtained weapons on this Krieg that I've farmed on OP10. None of them are really perfect. Some of these are not even really that good. Like accurate Saw Bar is not really what I would want, but it does have a matching grip. But anyway, some other options that you could go for. I'd recommend the Bone Shredder. That's a really easy one and a very solid one. Pretty good on Krieg. Pretty good on quite a few characters, actually. You could also use the Dog. I have the Jolly Roger here, but they're pretty comparable. They're actually kind of similar shotguns. They're both pretty strong. And then the one that I don't have because it's pretty hard to farm, that is actually would be very good, would be the Teeth of Terramorphous. That can actually proc Bloodbath and is overall just a pretty good shotgun if you can get the sweet spot just right. So yeah, those are definitely some I would strongly recommend. And then Sledge's shotgun is also a pretty good one. And I did a showcase on that with Krieg before, so I didn't really want to like do it again because I've already shown it. But Sledges, as I've shown before, is very, very good, and it would do great with this build. So yeah, definitely consider that. I would probably sub in the Sledges here and use that instead. But yeah, just some alternatives. And then what I have is we have the Saw Bar, Jolly Roger, Bada Boom to proc Bloodbath, and also get us out of fight for your life. And then some other weapons I'll show off. We have the Tattler, the Gub, a Quartz Pistol. I forgot that like without UCP, I don't think it shows the different color rarity. I'm used to the different color rarity, but this is a gemstone weapon that I got from Butt Stallion, whatever the hell it's called. How do you zoom in on this thing? Totally forgetting. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you can kind of see it a lot better here. It is a gemstone weapon. Got this from Butt Stallion. These type of pistols, like the Bandit pistols, are pretty good actually. And this was a pretty nice one that I got. Got the double laser with a matching grip. Pretty lucky. So wanted to show that off. Then I also have the chopper, the matching grip. Bayonet accessory sucks, but that's okay. And yeah, those are the main things we have. All of Krieg's comms are Bandit, so you can use whatever you want in that respect. But yeah, just a couple alternatives there. Here's what I'm using. And then this is the build we'll be running with. If you plan to use Sledge's shotgun or just shotguns more in general with this build, which is a strong choice, I would just take some points out of Fire Fiend and a little bit of points out of Flame Flare and put them in Salt the Wound instead. That'll get you more mileage out of shotguns. But I only have one shotgun that I was going to showcase, so I didn't really think it was worth it. But yeah, it's definitely worth consideration. Yeah, guys, here's the build. No bar. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into some gameplay and see how it performs. All right. We are back. Here's the build one more time. We're running BL2 fix, but no UCP. As you can see by the skill tree, I don't have the UCP stuff. So yeah, go ahead and give it a shot. And I'm trying a bit of a new format here. I want to start doing quests while I do these build videos and stuff. I feel like it is a little bit different. It might be more interesting to watch. On top of that, like, I feel like the way that most people play the game is doing quests. So I feel like it makes more sense to show a build and just do a quest at the same time. So I don't know, I guess let me know what you think. Maybe it's worse, maybe it's more annoying to hear the dialogue or something, but yeah, just want to try it out. We'll go ahead and get started though. Okay, let's try to get Bloodbath. Alright, cool, we got it. Well, that'll do the trick. Need to build more Bloodlust. There we go. I mean, honestly, we could just walk around with the Bada Boom the whole time, but I won't do that. That would be kind of fucked up. Yeah. I think I'm slagged. Yeah, I'm like getting shredded right now. But, you know, we're moving through. And as you can see, performing extremely well so far. You can hear from these rats just screaming and dying brutally. Jeez, man. Love the Jolly Roger. The shotgun is super good. I have the critical prefix, so hitting crits like that actually super nice. I don't really want to kill Rack, but... Oh, I guess I should collect the flowers. Already forgetting that I should be doing the quest. Good start. Okay. How many of these? Oh, wait, these are extra. Bro, what am I doing? Okay, nice. I want to use the Saw Bar, but all of these guys are so close so far. Yeah, maybe here's a good place. Okay. Get back up. There we go. Unfortunately, the Saw Bar cannot proc Bloodbath. It'd be awesome if it could, but... There we go. Damn, what the hell? The Slag was actually doing some serious damage there with the Allegiance Relic. That's interesting. Where's this guy going? I don't really have a way to heal off of him. I forgot. Isn't this like the Crystallis quest? Yeah, this is not going to be a good place to showcase. That's a bit unfortunate. Alright, maybe we abort this quest for now then. I should have picked a different quest, because fighting Crystallix is not really interesting gameplay. Oh, whoops. A little low health there. Alright though. Pretty easily get up. Okay. Try to back up a tad and use this. Now that we have Bloodbath activated, it'll do major damage. Need to back up a little bit more to get the sweet spot. Can't even tell. There we go. Couldn't tell if I was really in the right spot. But Krieg's really good with the Saw Bar. He compensates for a lot of the weaknesses the weapon has, which is mainly like fire rate and reload speed. He has no problems with either of those, so super nice on him. All right, well, let me save and quit here. We'll go to a new map. Keep trying it out. That was totally my bad. I just grabbed a random quest and then totally forgot that it's just going to be a bunch of Chrysalists I have to fight, which is just not interesting in the slightest to me, so... you know what, though? Actually, what we could do is just run over here to Fink's Slaughterhouse and just start that. I feel like Slaughterhouse gameplay is always pretty good. There's a lot of mobbing and stuff going on, and it's kind of a good test of a build. This is only round 1, but still, it'll be a good showcase of just general mobbing. And I also want to get the hail on Krieg anyway, so this makes sense for me. Go ahead and just start running it. I'll use these weapons a little bit longer, and then we can just try out, switch it around a little bit. The Tattler is not going to be awesome here because we're fighting flesh enemies, obviously. Same thing with the Gub, but I do want to try the Chopper and the Quartz Pistol. Gub and Tattler, I'll probably, you know, cut the video in half and go to a place where there's corrosive enemies. So we can actually try that out. Or corrosive weak enemies, I should say, whatever. But yeah, for now, we'll just stick to the flesh stuff. Oh my god. He's got a rocket launcher. Yes, he does. I don't know where he went. That guy got absolutely shredded. No, 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 no. You need to come here. Yeah, no more of that, please. That was painful. Okay, nice. Even without Bloodbath, doing pretty good here. Let's get it going, though. Only problem with the Saw Bar on Krieg is, like, he really likes to be in the thick of the fight, and the Saw Bar's kind of the opposite of that. Like, oh my god, how did I not see that guy? I'm blind. There we go. But yeah, the Saw Bar, you kind of have to keep your distance, which obviously runs a little bit counter to Krieg's playstyle, but it's still really good. You just have to position a little bit differently. Alright. Let's try out the, where is, yeah, this Quartz Pistol. Oh god, not another launcher, man. Trying to get some healing going. Alright. I got Bloodbath active, use this. Gives us a bit of a bullet reflect chance too, which is nice. Increase our survivability a little bit here. Alright, still got Bloodbath going. Yeah, this thing's actually, damn, actually putting in work. That's doing a lot of damage. Why? I feel like there's supposed to be music playing. This is like weirdly quiet. Maybe I have my music off, actually. That would explain a lot, wouldn't it? I bet I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Wow, I'm genius. I actually kind of like the soundtrack here, so turn it on. Oh my god, man. Some of the weapons they're spawning with. Ow. Getting absolutely cooked. Maybe a shotgun better here. There we go. Super close, may as well. Alright. Got him. Bada Boom's obviously really awesome. Super good synergy within Allegiance. Oh, he's slagged already. Gotta love that. We'll proc Bloodbath off him, since he's gonna take an hour to kill. Try to aim for the head here. Giving us some trouble. There we go. Yeah. Nice. Come back, sir. Alright. Last wave, it seems like. Let's do the funny thing and try the chopper. I feel like we're definitely going to need Bloodbath for this to do anything, but we'll see. I'm kind of curious. Oh gosh. Kind of getting smacked. I don't know. Somebody again spawned with like a crazy weapon. That's a lot of damage, actually. Holy shit. Holy shit. No. Oh, that's hilarious. I forgot it keeps shooting. Nice. Okay. Chopper is chopping. Where's this guy? I'm blind again? I'm blind again. Okay. Throw some nades. Get over here. Obviously, we're absolutely chewing through ammo on the chopper. I mean, we're already almost out. But to be fair, I was using the saw bar before, so I don't know if that's fully representative. But it obviously is going to drain ammo. Kind of like what the chopper does. Okay, proc Bloodbath. Ah, they're so far away, man. Come back. Back to the Jolly Roger. Okay. Oh, wow. Nice. Really need to reload. Okay. Oh, man. Alright, we got him. Rock Bloodbath. Nice. Can actually reload that pretty quick. Nice. Okay, low key. Chopper? Way better than I thought. Oh my god, Krieg. Buddy. Holy shit. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, the chopper's actually, that's pretty fun. Not gonna lie. That's actually pretty good. Obviously, it's like, it's pretty niche. I'm not just gonna sit there and use the chopper the whole time. I think that's a terrible idea, but it is pretty viable, especially once we proc Bloodbath. I mean, that thing is absolutely shredding. This isn't even like an amazing prefix chopper anyway. Let me actually double check this. Is the chopper one of those weapons that has a set prefix? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like that is the case. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was making sure. I know like the Tattler always spawns with a blade. I was like, wait a second, is the chopper the same? It is not. But yeah, I think if you're actually like smart about how you use the chopper, this is really not that bad. And again, I used a lot of the saw bar ammo beforehand, so I think it made it look like it was using more ammo than it really was. If you use this thing wisely, like, it's pretty good. You can proc Bloodbath, slag some stuff, and then if you get a big beefy target like those badass enemies I was showing, you just hold down the trigger and it instantly deletes them, and then you can switch back to another weapon and carry on. Like, obviously, you're not going to be able to sit there and use the chopper nonstop. Like, that's not going to happen. You're going to run out of ammo. But, you know, if you're a little bit picky about when you use it, then it'll be pretty good. So yeah, pretty happy with that, and I'm genuinely really impressed by the chopper. I was not expecting it to do that, but Jolly Roger, I love this gun. It did great. Bada Boom's obviously awesome. That's not really a secret. The Saw Bar was pretty good. I'd say the Saw Bar is maybe like a lower priority for me on the Bandit Allegiance, or just with Krieg in general, because he doesn't benefit from it as much as other characters. The Saw Bar does Gun Splash, which doesn't really benefit Krieg in any way. And again, you need to be at a distance to use this thing properly, and Krieg doesn't really like being at a distance, so a little bit of anti-synergy there, but still usable, still pretty good. And then the Quartz pistol, like these basic like Bandit pistols, doesn't have to be a gemstone one, are honestly really good. I would give those a shot if you're just like playing through the game normally. You can just slap one of these bad boys on and it'll do some work. But yeah, I think I'll run over to a corrosive map real quick just to show the Gov and Tattler for a minute, and then that'll be pretty much it. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right, we're back here at Washburne. Got the Tattler and the Gov on now. Bada Boom, Slag is still the same. All of this is the same. Just switch to the Quasar. We'll probably use that or either the Stormfront to... Some of the bots in here have a shield, and if I'm just running Corrosive, I don't really have a way of getting rid of it, so I need something to strip it. Everything else, though, still the same. And let's go ahead, just jump in here. See what we can do. Oops. Not that. It's going to be a bit of a slow starter until we get some stacks going and, of course, get Bloodbath going, but we'll get there. Gives us some good stacks to start. Try to pull them together a little bit. Alright, there we go. Oh, that killed way too many of them, but alright. We got Bloodbath going now. Trying the Gub out. Tattler, really good. Love the Tattler, just did a video on that. Let's see. Oh, I thought this was a full loader for some reason. Alright. Nice. Without Bloodbath, you know, it's not going to be insane, but not terrible. I mean, the Gub kind of relies on it a little bit more. I'd say the Tattler is a little bit more sufficient on its own. Like, as you can see, that's definitely more respectable damage. Nice. Mowing him down pretty quick here. Okay, got that. A little bit of ammo. Alright. Alright, weaken him a little bit. We can just try to finish him off. Ah. Thought Elemental Elation might keep us alive there, but not quite enough. We'll be fine though. Yeah, I would say that's kind of the one downside of, like, I don't want to just sit here and spam the Bada Boom, but we don't really have anything that can consistently proc Bloodbath with this setup. Really, this is where the, what's it called? The Teeth of Terror would be nice. Obviously not against loaders, but it can proc Bloodbath, and we wouldn't have to be constantly using a launcher. Oh my god. I was not expecting to die that quickly. My bad. Okay. I need to get my health back up. I'm kind of just constantly playing below health gate, unfortunately. I need a reset here. All the enemies are so spread out here, though. Really not doing any favors. Another thing I could probably do is just run a grenade to proc Bloodbath instead of relying on the Bada Boom, but either way, we'll be fine. Let these guys blow up. Going. Oh god, I got bumped forward. Okay. I want to keep our stacks up. I'm just gonna throw this down for a second. Yeah, alright, cool. Still getting decent stacks this way. Okay. On. More splitters, huh? God, I think I hit myself there. Yep, sure did. Damn it, that's my fault. Alright, well, we finally have Bloodbath, so should be in business now. Nice. Yeah, as you can see with Bloodbath, pretty good, as many things are with Krieg. Okay. Nice. Oh no, what am I stuck on? There we go. Get that last few seconds out of Bloodbath. Yeah, that'll be enough to take him out. Perfect. Alright. Keep moving. Yeah, I mean, you can obviously tweak this as you see fit. You don't have to like hardcore commit to the Bandit Allegiance part of it, but just kind of showing how viable the Bandit guns on him is, on Krieg is in general. And it's a pretty fun way to play. I like Allegiance builds. I think it inspires or maybe not inspires, kind of makes you be a little bit more creative. Try different things. All right, there we go. There's Bloodbath. Pull out the Gub. Honestly, I kind of forgot, like, Washburne is really much more spread out than I kind of remembered. Like, a lot of these enemies are not very favorable in terms of positioning for me. Try to get that. That really... Okay, there we go. Nice. Can't really see what's going on. Sorry for the visual clutter, but that is kind of a... I'm sure any Krieg player knows that's par for the course. Ow. That probably is going to get me killed. Not prepared for that. But we'll get up, no problem. That's one thing Krieg is really good at with Strip the Flesh and Redeem the Soul. You have a lot of fight for your lifetime, and you have a lot of explosive damage when you go down, so usually pretty easy to get back up. Alright, nice. And I guess fitting that we end the video here too, because this is where you get the Tattler. You have to fight Hyperius, so. Alright. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good showcase. I think it's a pretty fun build. Just checking to see if there's anything cool here. Not really. But yeah, I think it's pretty fun. And like I said, there's a couple other weapons that you could use to juice this up a little bit. But this is a legit character, so I was just using what I already had. But again, Teeth of Terra would be a great addition. Bone Shredder is a great alternative to the Tattler. If you don't want to farm Hyperius, I would recommend that for sure. But yeah, I think these are some good showcases. You know, the Bandit Plasma Casters, or like Prasma Casters, whatever those rocket launchers are called, are actually pretty good as well. You could use those. So, you know, you definitely have some options. The Dog is another really good shotgun. I would say probably the like easiest weapons to acquire that really make this build super strong is honestly just like Jolly Roger, the Dog, the Slaga, and then Bada Boom. And then you can kind of use whatever you want after that point. So, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Here's the build one more time. Yeah, if you enjoyed, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, whatever. Mostly like comments. I like engaging with you guys and just kind of seeing what you think about these. So, yeah, just let me know. Hope you guys have a great day. See you later.